Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a project that I've been putting off for a little bit, but I'll jump right into it. In this Riverstone Legacy package has this beautiful fireplace. And in transporting about 3 weeks ago when I arrived here in northwestern Montana, I found when I opened the door that the glass panel off the front of it had fallen off. And I'll show you that. This is the front panel of the fireplace. And as you can see, these tabs, right now it's sitting on this couch upside down. But you see these tabs on this side. One there was bent. And on this side, a tab is missing. And this one is broken off. And missing most of it, but that's what holds the glass into place on this fireplace in these slots right here. So what I've done is I put out a word in my Facebook group for Riverstone owners, and a gentleman by the name of Jim stepped up and said he came up with a preventative fix for that, and it's these. These blocks right here are something that he printed on his 3D printer. And they go on each corner. They mount through to the wall on each corner of that glass to prevent it from jumping out of those slots and or putting stress on those tabs and breaking off. Had that glass broke in transit with the slide in position, glass particles could have been underneath the slide over there. When I took it out, it could have went down in the register, which I'd have had to vacuum out. But anyway, I like Jim's idea, so I asked for a set of those, and he was gracious enough to make those for what I paid for him to make them and ship them to me. I would imagine buying a new piece of glass and the headache of having to clean up a mess was well worth what I ended up paying for them. So thank you, Jim, for that. Now I'm going to do the install of these blocks, and I'll show you how I got to that point. What I've done is I've cut these wooden blocks to 8.5 inches. Now that's what mine measures at, and I think it's dependent on how the factory installed that fireplace on that wall. Yours may be a little less or a little more. Mine measured out to be 8.5 inches. So I'm using those blocks to support the weight of the glass. The tabs that are remaining are in the slots, and it's sitting in its normal position. So now I need to attach these blocks, and what I'm using is some of these deck screws. They're they are self-drilling, but I'm going to pre-drill the holes. I'll paint the heads to match. Jim told me he could make those blocks in many different colors, but I just said black because it looks like black is a natural color to contrast with that wall color. So I went with the black. These are made with holes in them already, and so I'm going to line them up. And then I'm going to pre-drill them and then slowly install those screws. There should be wood structure behind it. Looking at the wall structure before I put that glass up there, it looks like there should be some wood 2x4 type structure behind it for these to grab into. But I'm going to pre-drill them and go slow and see what we get. So I'll put one on each corner, but I'm only going to run these screws in part way because there is a bit of a gap back here because this wall has textured panel on it. So there's a bit of a gap behind this one. The top up here, one of the screws is going to fit nice and flush, but the other two are going to have a slight gap. I don't want to over tighten these and put pressure on this glass. So I'm going to run them in part way first. You can tell that that did bite really well. So my pre-drill, I'm only going deep enough to get through this wall paneling and hitting that wall structure behind it. That 2x4 framing or whatever blocking is in there. This one I don't want that tight, so back it up a little bit. This top corner, I'll do the same thing as I would pre-drill it. Now what I want to do is just run these in with a hand driver and just bring them in till they're snug enough to hold that block, but not so tight that they put pressure on that block, because Jim said that they could blow out and crack the block. Even though they're counterbored, I don't really need to bury the screw inside there all that much. I just want it to hold itself in place. That one went a little deeper. That block is good and solid. So now with the magic of low black paint, I should be able to, let's see what happens here. There we have it. It's freestanding and holding itself again. Thanks for watching. More repair videos coming up one day. Just got to get time to do them. Thanks, Jim.